You want it to be one way.
What?
You want it to be one way.
Man, I don't
You
know
want it
what
to be
you...
one
Man,
way.
stop! Stop saying that.
What is the other?
March 8th, Saudi Arabia is back in the game again. His Excellency, Turki Alsheik, putting on another event. Headliner, Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua. Today was the press conference. Whole lot to debunk in this one. Turki Alsheik actually has something to say. Speaks it in Arabic and speaks it in English. Makes it very clear for anybody who had questions about what this guy plans on doing in boxing. So much to debunk, and we're going to do it. It's your boy, Claymore Rain. It's the ATP Combat Media Show. Let's go. Yup. Bring it in. What's good with you folks? Hope everybody's doing well. It's your boy Claymore Rain. This is the ATP Combat Media Show. Hey, salute to all the subscribers. Salute to all my new subscribers. If this is your first time tapping into this content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon. That way you can get all the alerts when we drop this content. Saudi Arabia, March 8th. Headliner, Francis Ngannou, Anthony Joshua. Saudi Arabia back at it again. I keep telling you guys, these guys are working on something, and I'm telling you, they're the wild card right now in boxing. They might be what boxing needs. Breaking this whole promoter against promoter, separating fighters. Listen closely, guys. These fights going on in Saudi Arabia are groundbreaking if you really pay attention to what's going on. Once again, Turki Alsheik bringing Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn together from Queensberry Promotions and Matchroom coming together to put another card together. And I got to be honest with you guys. The way I saw Francis Ngannou and the way I saw Anthony Joshua, that's the way it should be. Gangsters and the gentlemen. Really, just bringing honor to the game. Francis Ngannou getting his opportunity again, even though right now sitting at 0-1 with the loss of Tyson Fury. But everybody knows for the most, there's a large census across the board that felt like Francis Ngannou beat Tyson Fury. And obviously there are politics as to why, one, he's, Tyson Fury is a lineal champion, considered the best heavyweight out right now, and also coordinating a heavyweight title fight between a unification for an undisputed title fight between him and Alexander Usyk. The cards were stacked up against Francis Ngannou. And listen, don't ask me who I think won. I have no problem with the decision, to be honest with you, because at the end of the day, on those close fights, you give it to the champion. But Francis Ngannou definitely showed the world that this is way more than just MMA or street fighting or whatever you have. He said, no, there's also boxing. And he showed out that he could get in there with the best of them. People are going to have their opinions. Felt like Tyson Fury took him lightly, didn't train properly. They could list it up. But at the end of the day, excuses are excuses. Francis Ngannou earned the right to be in the situation he's in right now. And that's going against another one of the best heavyweights in the game. Some people might consider him second or third best heavyweight in the game behind Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. And Turki Alsheik has found just cause to want to see these gentlemen fight. Let me tell you something that I love about Saudi Arabia and how they're carrying this. These guys in Saudi Arabia are really putting together the fights that they want to see. They're going past promoters. They're letting it be known this is how it's going to be. If the fight needs to be done and we want to see it, we're willing to bring them over here. They're trying to make Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, capital sports city in the whole entire world. And they're starting with the heavyweights, and they're starting with England. And hopefully, and I have a good feeling, but like I said, hopefully they bring that stateside. They're going to be pulling the fighters from the States and bringing them to Saudi Arabia. But as far as boxing fans are concerned, this wild card that's been played in the game right now with Saudi Arabia puts us in boxing heaven. Real opportunities to see the best fight the best. Well, ask questions today. Francis Ngannou and both Anthony Joshua were gentlemen. You know, when you know what you're about to do to each other in the ring, you really don't need to talk a bunch of trash. Anthony Joshua was very confident. Just let it be known, hey, we're going to see. And he made it clear, I'm not focused on anybody else but who's in front of me. I'm not focused on belts. I'm not focused on legacy. I'm focused on Francis Ngannou, as he's taking notes as to what happened with Tyson Fury, and obviously believes that Tyson Fury's performance was based off of him not focusing on who was in front of him, which is Francis Ngannou. Says his focus is nowhere else but on him, takes him very seriously, understands how much of a threat he is, and understands that he needs to be the best version of him that night that he can be. Saying something else very wise that I appreciated: I'm going to practice and I'm in the gym doing what I plan on doing in the fight. So if I win in the gym, I'll win in the fight. I thought that was well spoken by him. Francis Ngannou acknowledging, like, listen, I don't come in with the pedigree that these guys come in with. I got to win it up here, and I got to win it right here, and I got to win it with these. And that's what I plan on doing, as he stated that he'd be looking for his chin and trying to test that chin, because he's heard rumors that Anthony Joshua has a suspect chin. He says by the end of that night, we'll find out if those rumors are true or not. You know, people are gonna have their different feelings about this. Some people want to take this fight seriously, some people don't. But I'll tell you what, Turki Alsheik put some real perspective on Saudi Arabia and boxing, as he let both gentlemen know that the next fight for the winner of this match is definitely going to be fighting against the winner of Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, which means the winner of this fight gets an opportunity to become undisputed champion of the world. That's right, you heard it. Francis Ngannou could potentially walk into an opportunity with less than 4 fights as a heavyweight to become undisputed champion of the world if he's able to defeat Anthony Joshua, and then ultimately able to defend the actual whoever the undisputed champion will be that evening, which will be the winner between Usyk and Tyson Fury. That's epic. When a reporter asked Turki Alsheik about comments that Oscar De La Hoya made, and I thought this was really interesting. Oscar De La Hoya had an interview, and they asked him how he felt about the Saudi Arabian movement. And he was respectful and said he appreciates what they're doing, but also said that there's a certain traditional feeling as to American fighters fighting in America, in Las Vegas, up in the cities in America, in Los Angeles, and giving the Americans an opportunity to buy tickets and see these fights. And by moving these fights overseas, like Saudi Arabia, would make a lot of us out here have to go through the pay-per-view route, obviously. But they asked this to Turki Alsheik about how he felt about it based on what Oscar said. And he said, tell Oscar we'll miss him. I mean, I don't want to look too deep into it, but let me tell you something, guys. Money changes minds. Money changes people's trajectory. We're in America where capitalism reigns. The biggest religion is capitalism. And Turki Alsheik right now seems to be looking to tap into that market. And why is he looking to tap into that market? Because boxing has changed from legacy to currency. It used to be legacy and currency, but now it's going straight to currency, and there's very little legacy boxing happening in the United States of America at this point. So a man with his stature and the amount of money and capital he's able to move around and that he controls, you giving this gentleman a real opportunity, being that his money is probably longer than most promotion companies in the United States probably put together. His ability to pay these fighters what they want to be paid so that we as the boxing fans can see what we want to see, it's profound. And I think we're about to, you know, they're starting here with the heavyweight division. They're starting with England. That's another thing, crossing promoters, crossing lines, showing these promoters that you guys are either going to get down or lay down, because ultimately it's going to go, the show's going to go with or without you. And if it goes without you, stay out. I think it's just an interesting situation, really exciting situation to see Saudi Arabia come together and stand in boxing space that way. I remember I heard Shakur Stevenson, and I've even heard David Haney talk about where they want to fight next. And they're all understanding of what Saudi Arabia represents. They're all understanding the opportunities that are out there for fighters like themselves, which is more opportunity than they would have get if they would have stayed here in the States fighting. So don't be shocked to see some aggressive moves. We don't know how Alsheik plans on entering the United States as far as the boxing game is concerned. If he maybe plans to open up a promotional company, maybe he's just going to be exclusively like independent little deals. But when he does come, I have a feeling we're going to see a shift in the game. And listen, the promoters are probably going to be upset a little bit if they don't, especially if they're not part of these deals. And you know, if you're a promoter, I think it's something you should take into consideration at this point of how it's going to look when this happens and what position are you going to play. Are you going to just go ahead and work with Turki Alsheik, or are you going to resist this and try to somehow hate or slow down or stifle or interrupt the progress of Saudi Arabia moving in on boxing? I think it's an interesting conversation. But the press conference was a great press conference. Francis Ngannou, once again, just, you know, being grateful for the position that he's in, but also coming to win. And it's made it clear, you know, the experience he brought from his last fight, he plans on bringing more determination, working with more resolve, understanding that he really wants to stop Anthony Joshua. So I think that's interesting. And Anthony Joshua's coach, Ben Davidson, also saying that they plan on stopping him. They really plan on stopping him. So both these guys are coming. And that's another great thing, again, about Saudi Arabia is how motivated the fighters are to fight over there. They understand what's on the line. So they're so motivated. They have so much vested interest in it. And so far, out of all the cards they had, I can't complain about not one card. Not one card yet. It's only getting better and better and better. And there's a game plan in motion. You know, Turki Alsheik really made that clear today. There's a game plan in motion that he has. He understands what's in front of him, and he plans on taking control. And the stateside promoters, you guys better start learning how to work together. Start letting your fighters fight each other, because all of this keep it in-house nonsense, it's going to get some resistance pretty soon. It feels like pretty soon, at least for the stars, right? At least for the big fights. You can always do that with your prospects, but these big fights, it looks like you're going to get some resistance. You're going to get some pushback from Saudi Arabia. But you guys let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Are we welcoming Saudi Arabia and what they bring to the game potentially, and crossing and destroying all these invisible lines to these promotional companies and allowing the best fighters to fight the best fighter no matter what banner you work under? Or are we going to be resistant to it? Do we not want Saudi Arabia to come and take over this game? I mean, there are pros and cons to it either way, but let me know what you think. But at this point, it's your boy Claymore Rain. This is ATP Combat Media Show. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, hit your bell icon so you can get all the alerts when we drop this content. And on that note, and at this point, we out.
They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate.